But you can see the wailing crowd, people who have lost their relatives.
This afternoon, 2 persons have been confirmed dead and 4 others are currently receiving treatment, actually battling for their lives. It follows a violent clash early this morning. Some youth of Ajua clashed with the military and police earlier today in protest over the killing of a social media activist, Ibrahim Mohammed. The military fired into the air to maintain calm and order in the town after the residents there hit the street. Watch this. And that's a video of the moment that the military arrived and started firing their shots there. Correspondent Erastus Asare Donko has been interacting with some of the eyewitnesses.
So one person has been shot, and you can see him in your shot there. One person has been shot, and the military contingent and the police are in here firing shots. And currently from our location up here on this building, you can see clearly that the street is clearing. The military have formed a line and they are advancing with a water cannon, leading the onslaught. From where we are standing, you can see the 3 armed military men and a military pickup with a water cannon following closely. There are 2 armed military men, one pointing the gun downwards just on the street here. And for now, the street looks deserted. I must say that the youth have retreated into the community. From where I'm standing, I could see some of them running into the houses nearby. But the people are regrouping. So you could see in the distance there, the people have regrouped. A number of the youth have regrouped and are coming in from the other end. They've gone behind the military patrol, and they are moving in their numbers from that direction again. In some few minutes time, we will be seeing whether this action will drive them away permanently. But from the interviews we've conducted so far, the youth are demanding one thing, that they are going to demonstrate with their lives until they get justice. And I put the question to some of them that indeed the police have arrested, they've announced the arrest of 2 people. Is that not the road leading to justice? And they tell me that they do not believe in that story, they've not heard that story. and they do not trust the police, and until they see real justice, they are still going to demonstrate throughout the day. They will not allow the death of their brother to slide. That is what they've been telling us since morning. Currently, the military patrol has turned around and are facing the crowd that is still gathering on the other side of the street, and you could hear the firing still going on. There is blood in the middle of the road. One person has been shot, and we saw him being carried away. There is blood all over on the streets.
Adia twins as somewhere in MC Noir. Every say was Utamasu say one see. We see one see gis was our babu. Obianso and Pew or no ma sa Adia winning in a buy. I MC Noir.
Get in our canasa.
Every some no chromo, Maho, Sao Munipa or more MPP no. Or no, and now what Casa and Crawford say, I dare MP as in a yano and yet. Anti and what's now Nipase and Concatro. Young Concatro boy no. One jay so one jaya. I dare a yanwa or no pay. Anti 3 days noana and a cotacan. Also, MPP no. When ya and yet when ya and this, when ya MPP and so and crowd were carrying a guessy MCU and never son.
Well, so what he's telling me is that all this has happened because of the municipal chief executive. He claims that his term of office has run out. He has to exit office, but he's not exiting office, and that is why this happened. They sent a threat to the gentleman before this happened, and they think that he's the reason why all this is happening.
Adia police penyinie no wanya de police eduro police commander wanya de enye ne panti na wotu kurom ha ne bottom ti ena wodi tu kurom ha we politician say anka wanya politician obi na ni abiri enu an se bopata no wanti ase kura obati ase because nipa na omuku no omaku na awie to na de tin soldiers forever bullet pa say nipa mensa bakuni de nipa 4 bakuni de yem for the say ni de no enye bibia ni de no ekitwa omo ye 5 no bakuni wawu Mukwasha ni moja awado. Yesi rubber bullet na omutu. But yechiramu ade yi. A rubber bullet. Mami a rubber bullet. Yesu youth no enya ade a yebe accept kura. Yeti asie. Miti. Yeti asie. Wow. Daga bullet. Miti yeti asie. Ade a yebe no yebe. By kusa ewa tirimu. Asam no ani.
So in effect, what he said was that they are incensed by what the police commander has done. They were expecting that once they are angry and are on the streets demanding action and justice, they were expecting that he will come out and talk to them. They were not expecting the military men to come in and shoot at them. And he's saying that the military men, they claim, were using rubber bullets, but he's showing them that he has the shells of live bullets that has been fired. He says of the 4 people who have been shot, one of them, 5 people, one of them he thinks is understand. They will really do something about it. As to what they will do about it, he's not ready to tell me.
So long as this continues, we should expect more. We should expect more. And our youth...
You should expect more of what?
Our youth are not going to back up because we are preparing. You understand? We are fighting for justice. Then you are adding more injuries to the insult. Look at what they did. Look at what you just... Transformer. Look at the transformer. Do they want peace? We are fighting for our own. And they are doing this to us. Is this the justice that we are fighting for?
I wouldn't know.
So, this is it. If that is what they want, we will continue. And we are not backing up. Serious. No amount of bullet will stop this. Till we get justice. And that's what the youth, Choboy, Choboy, that's what they are calling for. When the essence of your life is threatened, you fight back with whatever that you have. And that's what we are doing. We are not backing off. So they should come and kill us. We will continue till we get justice. We have people in authority here. What did they do? What did they do? They sat down aloof. And this is the result. When the youth rise up, they are now shooting us to kill us all. Then we are ready. I do not think this is the possible way to resolve what is happening. You call the whole army to come and shoot us just because we are fighting for justice for one of our own. It could happen to you. It could happen to me.
Very chaotic. Very, very. It's most unfortunate. They are trying to avenge the death of one of their own. Now we have multiple injuries and deaths. Just from the hospital, I witnessed 2 people dead and about 6, 8 or 9 people seriously injured.
How do you feel at the moment?
Very, very sad. Very, very sad. I'm on my way to the palace. You know, Adjahine Bermo Sehwidia is also in a serious meeting with the powers that be so that we can find lasting solution to this problem. Whilst is there, I'm going to brief them as to what is on the ground. He's waiting for me and I'm going there right now.
Can you repeat this for me? So you've been to the hospital. Let me know exactly. There are many conflicting accounts of how many people are dead. How many people can you confirm dead at the moment?
My brother, from the medical superintendent, 2 people are dead. I saw 6 people injured, but as I was leaving, Motokin also brought about 3 people also injured. So we have about 9 people seriously injured now. But
what is the nature of their injuries?
I'm not a medical doctor, so I can't comment, but to them, it's very fatal. Fatal, you know, live bullet is dangerous.
Was this what Nananom were expecting today?
Not at all. Not at all, because from yesterday, we've been fighting this thing not to happen. You know, the moment we heard that the guy Kaka was dead, we realized there wasn't going to be peace. So we started talking to the various factions. And from yesterday around 2 p.m. we've been talking, calming them down. It is not easy, but we've tried our best. Now this morning, Adjahine has spoken with a sizable number of the people, including the Zongo chief and most of the elders. And they assured us that calm was going to remain. But we don't know what happened. All of a sudden we heard that there was confrontation between the youth and then the peacemakers. And I had to rush to the scene. I went there and full of blood. So I had to follow up to the hospital, and lo and behold, 2 dead, about 6 or 8 or 9 people also injured. I'm very sad.
Who brought the military in?
Obviously, it is music. Music, because of the escalation of the problem yesterday, they had to bring in the military to support. They came for peace, not to fight anybody. They came for peace. But
are you surprised that they fired into the crowd?
I'm very, very surprised. Very, very surprised. As I was heading towards the scene, I saw the police, the buffalo, yeah, the water cannon, spreading water. So I thought that was enough to scare them, to get them off. But just as I went past them, most of the people came running towards me, and they told me that about 4 people had been shot. So I said, then let me go with you to see what is happening there. Lo and behold, went there and full of blood. So I had to follow up to this place, and that is why I'm here.
What is going to happen next? What are Nananom going to do?
I have requested the various leaders, youth leaders, the Zongo chiefs and other leaders to meet me at the palace. Ejirahene is waiting for them. He will finish with the meeting with the powers that be soon, and then we also go into the dialogue with them. We have to dialogue with the youth and those people too. And then certainly Ejirahene is going back to Accra today to see how best he can get the government to support us, get peace immediately.
What would you say to the people at this moment to maintain peace?
I'm appealing to my brothers, to all Ejira citizens, to calm down. We are not in a war. We just want justice for our brother who died. But out of that, we are escalating things, and it is turning into a horrific thing. So I will tell them to calm down. We don't want to fight the military. We don't want to fight the security agencies. We want justice for the dead, and that is what we are seeking for. So government should come to our aid and support us. Find justice in Ejira.
No amount of bullet will stop us is what the youth are saying over there. And also, we want peace is what you heard the leadership say. Well, Erastus followed up from where we ended to the hospital to check on the injured. This is what he found.
We can confirm we are inside the treatment center of the Ejira Government Hospital. You can see in your shot there the number of injured people being attended to. The place looks crowded at the moment with some lying on the ground and being attended to. 2 people who have been confirmed dead. One is lying in front of me now. The other is on a stretcher just behind me. The medical superintendent is here. Let me try to get a word from him. Sir, what can you tell us about the injured at the moment?
The injured cases are in a very critical, but we are actively managing them.
Can you confirm the 2 dead?
Yeah, we've confirmed already. One was brought in dead. The other one died within 10 minutes after arrival, after active resuscitation. Because where the bullet hit was so much that there's no way to hit the chest directly. And there is bleeding into the chest. That is hemothorax. Following the other one that was there before brought in. So, but
what about the injured? Can you tell us about the injuries?
Yeah, the injuries were so. He had a femur fracture, multiple femur fractures, apparently severely injured. But 2 are dead, as already said. My name is Dr. Mensa Manye, Medical Superintendent, Ejira Government Hospital.
Thank you very much. And a wrap from the Medical Superintendent for the Ejira Government Hospital. I must say the room is so congested that the nurses and doctors are finding it very difficult to attend to the injured at this particular moment. There are a number of people who are also crammed outside trying to get information on the condition of their relatives. So it's a critical state here, very congested, people in critical condition. They need room, they need air, and there is no security available to keep the crowd at bay for the doctors to be able to do their job at the moment. So that's the condition at the Ejira Government Hospital, where 2 dead, 2 confirmed dead from the shooting by the military, 4 are on admission in critical condition, and there is a milling crowd here preventing doctors to really discharge their duties. And already some relatives are trying to bring a stretcher to carry the bodies away. And I'm told that per Islamic tradition, they will want to get access to the bodies to bury them. And that is what they are trying to do. They are trying to push a stretcher into the hospital at the moment to try to get the bodies to bury. But you can see the wailing crowd, people who have lost their relatives. There is so much sadness and anger and emotions running high here at Ejura. What started as a protest against the murder of a social media activist in town, in the death of 2 more people, 4 currently in the Ashanti. And they laid the blame squarely on the chief. The whole confusion. And as the interviews we had early on, many of them are expected to, but I'm told by the authorities that it will need to be exhausted done before they can be given out. But not here to the youth are not taking kindly to that.
Take the body, then they are asking them to pay some amount. That is why they are making the noise once again, because they don't understand why they should pay that money, because they are all aware that it was a killing from the soldiers. It's not any accident case, and then the man was, the daughter will say maybe he doesn't understand. Maybe he wants to do some post-mortem. So the youths are saying that no.
How much are they supposed to pay?
As I know myself, I don't know. I don't know the amount they ask them to pay, and then there's that noise.
So the youth are not ready to pay that particular amount to get the body out, and that is not. So that is what is causing the confusion at the moment. And I think finally they are taking the stretcher out. But certainly the stretcher has been called in, and so they will the seriously congested where the people are being treated to pick the body.
So those were live visuals that we had earlier today. Erastus Asari Donko, Mahmoud Mohamed Nuruddin on the ground with their cameraman following the incident as it started. We want to give you just some information on the people who have died. At least we have a picture. We have a picture of at least one of them. That's one of them. And I'll give you the information here, given certified by doctors handling the matter. Abdul Nasir Yusuf is 25 years. He was shot on the left shoulder into the chest. He was shot on the left shoulder into the chest. He had internal bleeding in the chest and he died before arrival. That is Abdul Nasir Yusuf. That's the first person who died. Now, the second person who died, we're told, is Mutala Mohammed. He was 26 years old. He was shot at the back through to the chest, and then he had severe chest injury with internal bleeding. He died 10 minutes after he arrived at the hospital. He was resuscitated. He was put on oxygen. He was given blood, but he died. Now, we have 4 other people who are battling for their lives. We have some updates on their situation as well. Now, here is what happened to them. The first person sustained severe injuries. He had injuries to the thigh. The femur bone got completely fractured. And then he had multiple deep laceration on the thigh with bleeding into the thigh muscles. That's the first person who is injured and battling for his life at the moment. The second person had an injury on the right side of the abdomen, which affected the right hip bone. That's the second person. He also had been given blood and he went into shock. So the third person sustained injuries on the thigh and we're told that he is stable now. The fourth person sustained injuries on the right thigh and he is also stable now. This information is coming from the doctors who are handling these people. We also know that there were a number of women, I think about 2 of them, who were seen also passing out during all of these all the incident. So 2 people have died, mostly chest wounds. The gun shot through the shoulder into the chest for the first one, and the second one was shot from the back into the chest. That's how the 2 people died. And these were visuals of when it actually occurred and when they tried to get him some help. And you can see the way that he was being handled at the time in the moment of heat, while they tried to get him to the hospital. 2 of them, one of them died on arrival. One of them was dead already before he got there. So how did we get here in the first place? The chaos, the protest, everything. These were triggered by the death of a social media activist, Ibrahim Mohammed, popularly known as Macho Kaka. So who is he and what is he known for? Take a look.
Just look at the road. I am bringing this video to your attention to get help for the community. Whenever it rains, the whole place gets flooded. The streets even become unmotorable. A lot is happening in this community, but we do not get help. Let's fix the flooding situation before things get out of hands. Just take a look at the houses around. The rainwater enters people's rooms through the windows. We need to talk about these things to get the change with this. Our leaders aren't helping. That is why we need to talk about them. I saw this on my way to town and decided to share with all of you. The bad road is being fixed at Ejura. The stretch is very dusty and that's why I covered my hair. I'm bringing this to your attention because I want the place to be developed.
Someone come for me, I mean, someone come for me.
I expect the youth in Ejura to support this cause for the good of everyone. People criticize what I do because they do not understand what I do. I'm not against anyone. All I ask for is development in Ejura.
And that is the social media activist who has died now and on whose death we're experiencing or seeing all of these other deaths. Well, allegedly, his criticism of government is what has led to his death. This afternoon, his family says they want his killers apprehended and prosecuted. I will be going to the Ejura township where we're still live, but let me take you to Parliament. Joseph Opoku Gakpo is standing by. We understand that the Member of Parliament for the area, the Ejura area, will be making a statement shortly in Parliament. Joseph, are you there?
Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, Joseph. We'll be coming back to you shortly, just so our viewers know that we will be coming to Parliament to get what the MP is saying and what has been happening in Parliament on the back of this particular story. But let's go quickly to Erastus Asare Donko. Erastus is live in Ejura.